All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is the brother Yahweh Shapat coming at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Alahaya Nawa Bahashem, Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. Double honors to my elders, apostles, Salaki, my apostles, elders, and bishops of Great Millstone who teach and rule well in these scriptures. Peace and blessings to you, hopeful elect brothers who are on the highways and the byways, pushing his word out in truth and sincerity, risking your lives and your freedom to do so. Double shalom to you, brother. Shalom to you, very few brothers and sisters who are listening and learning. Peace and blessings be upon you and your family. You know, peace and blessings be upon the elect and the 1/3 in their families. You know, in general. This is Amos chapter 5, and like I said, this is just an open forum, you know, and I'm gonna go ahead and start at verse 18. This is Amos chapter 5 and verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? And you know, speaking on the day of the Lord, man, all of it leads back to Jacob's trouble, you know, and you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, so-called West Indians and Haitians, you know, all of you are about to be, you know, faced with Jacob's trouble. And if you don't have Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's covering, you know, you pretty much good as dead, man. That's what those scriptures are telling you. You know, you got people that are that ain't right with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that, you know, are looking forward to the day of the Lord, you know, as if, you know, it's you know, gonna end well for them, man. You know, you got Jake out there, man, whether they be Jake man and woman, you know, Israelite men and women, who just have a complete and total disregard for prophecy. You know, they don't care to know what's going on. They don't care to know what's pleasing or displeasing to Yahweh Yahweh Shai. You know, and hey, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man, he's already sending out judgment. And just to keep it frank with you, a lot of you niggas are getting ready to just, you and your children, you're getting ready to perish. You know, hey man, and rightfully so, because, you know, the Lord is dealing with not all of Israel right now. He's dealing with the righteous remnant that is left. You know, out of all of our people, which, you know, let's go into what the scriptures say about, you know, how big in number we were as a people at one time. Let's get there real quick. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna make this, but like I said, you know, it's just an open forum. You know, there are there are a couple of reasons why the day of the Lord is gonna be darkness. Hey, the chariots are gonna literally cover the sky. You know, you also are gonna have missiles, cruise missiles, and ultimately nuclear missiles that are gonna be shot off into America. And I mean, it's just, things are about to get very, very bad, man. And like never before, you know. I had a vision a while back about people being on their phones and kind of being in that mind state of, hey man, ain't nothing gonna happen to us over here. Ain't nobody gonna shoot no missiles over here. And then right after that, it was just complete and utter destruction. You know, and these weren't nuclear missiles that I saw in a vision. They were, I would like to say, cruise missiles. Either way, people were pretty much going about their day to day and not worried about what was going on, and they were thinking, hey, ain't nothing gonna happen to us over here. And you know, there has been talks of how Esau Edom has plans to you know, pretty much what's the word I'm looking for, bring about an attack on American soil and blame it on Iran. But the attack is going to come from within, just as it is in multiple different ways. They're attacking you through the food, through the water, through the air, you know what I'm saying, through this internet, 5G, 6G, through so-called medicine. Like, hey, man, this devil is working. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is allowing him to do some mighty things on the left-hand side. So, like I said earlier, if you don't have the covering of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and you just, you pretty much saying to hell with it, which is what 2/3 of our people do. They feel like they got it. They feel like they don't need the Lord, man. But when all hell break loose, the first thing, basically when Jake is laying, somewhere getting judged, the first thing they do is seek the Lord. Well, it's too late by then, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is going to laugh at you niggas, man, when you do that. Because all of that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to seek the Lord when it's too late. Hey, man, when I'm just, me speaking as a man, when I try to lend somebody a hand and they smack my hand away, and then, I try to warn them about something, and then, they end up in a fucked up situation, and they try to come back to me later seeking my help, I'm pretty much in a state of mind at that point where I'm like, man, hey, the hell with you, man. Go through what you supposed to go ahead and go through, and I'm not gonna lie. Hey, the Lord said he gonna mock at y'all calamity. The men of the Lord are gonna be in the same spirit. Because a lot of you are getting ready to get exactly what you deserve, man. But with no further ado, this is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 22. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. Hey, man, pretty much. Actually, hey, let's see. Let me start at the top. This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 21. I'm gonna go up, Salakia. This is Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 20. And it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel, such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them, but shall stay upon Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For though thy people Israel, and we're returning, by returning unto this word, by receiving this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. It's happening in that way first. But hey, the Lord is going to deliver his remnant, and he going to kill, 2/3 of you niggas, man. 66.6% of the nation of Israel is not going to make it. You will die on this side. You will be destroyed, And it says, the remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty power. For though thy people Israel be as the sand of the sea, yet a remnant of them shall return. The consumption decree shall overflow with righteousness. You got wicked ass niggas out there in the world talking about when the Lord come back. When the Lord come back, you not gonna have no place in that first deliverance if you not right. So if you not right, hey, you shouldn't be looking forward to the day of the Lord, man. Well, I'll correct myself. You should, because even if you perish on this side, the 2/3 that perish on this side, they gonna come back through reincarnation in the in the kingdom of heaven, and they'll be righteous. They'll bear that shame for a little while, but the point is, if you ain't right, man, you shouldn't be looking forward to the day of the Lord, man. All you wicked ass Christian niggas, you wicked ass Muslim niggas, you don't got nothing to look forward to, man. But death, destruction, famine, pestilence, all of these things are gonna cleave to you wicked ass Jakes out there. Be assured, Let's see. Hey, so the Lord is dealing with a remnant. Even at this time, he's only dealing with a remnant. the Lord ain't dealing with the whole nation of Israel, man. And here it is. We in 2026. You still got certain Israelite camps out there. They don't even preach the elect. They don't push for the elect. They don't push for the remnant. They push for all of Israel because they know, hey, that's going to get them money. That's going to have them with a bigger congregation, which indeed leads to them making more money. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about with a lot of these other groups. They're using this truth as a way to make a living, and that's not what this knowledge is for. But there's a judgment for you wicked camps out there, and I do believe that some of the elect is going to come out of these wicked camps. But the majority of you, you're being misled on purpose. Hey, the deceived and the deceiver are his. So Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua got a lot of you Israelites that know you're Israelites in a trick bag, man. And that's a scary thing, bro. Let's see here. This is Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 8. And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. And I will bring the third through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. So, hey, man, the Lord is going to put 1/3 through a refining process for himself so that they can be delivered, so that they can be saved. The Lord's going to burn off all the impurities off of them, which is what brothers and, this is what brothers are going through at this current moment. We catching hell, but the hell you catch, man, it just, it's supposed to bring you closer to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. The Lord putting you in these different straits on a daily, and it just makes you draw nigher unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. And the Lord, if you draw nigh unto the Lord's going to draw nigh unto you. Hey, the Lord is all we got, man. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua is all we got. We in some very, very perilous times that are going to get even more perilous as we move toward the end. But the point I wanted to make is 2/3 shall be cut off and die. So the Lord is going to destroy way more Israelites than he is going to save. And that's important to know. That's important to teach. All Israel shall be saved, as the scriptures say. But not all of you are going to make it on this first go round. Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. I can't make myself of that number. All I can do is hope. You know what I'm saying? And apply my faith and put them with my works, and just hope that I'm accepted. That's all we got is hope. We're prisoners of hope. But we know who you wicked ass niggas are. The Lord has made that pretty manifest. And somebody has to be of the elect. We all got a lot that we're going to be in these last days. And everybody is right where they're supposed to be. So if you in this truth and you remain in this truth, that means you are always a man of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. You are always in the right spot. As all we can do is hope that, the Lord, plans on knighting us and crowning us, man, Yahushua, after being delivered. That's what brothers are looking forward to. Bear with me, Akim Baba Kushah. I'm going to get this last precept and I'm going to close this lesson out. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 21. And I saw and spared it greatly, and have kept me a grape of the cluster and a plant of a great people. Let the multitude perish then, which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. And that's the fire. That's the Lord is putting his remnant through a refining process. You know what I'm saying? And Hey, the multitude is gonna perish. So if you're not of the elect of the 1/3, you were born in vain and you will not make it. You know? You got Jake out there, man, that just they literally could give a fuck less about Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai, about the prophecies, about what they need to do to survive. Hell, you got Jake that's just like, fuck it, I'ma just go to work and keep eating this bullshit food. You got niggas out there that ain't even hoping for deliverance. They could care less. You know? Hey man, but they gonna care when the Lord sent Esau at them to put that sword on their ass, man. Then you niggas are gonna care. And it's gonna be too late. You know? So, hey man, start caring now, man. Start putting your good foot forward to meet Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai halfway in hope that he will deliver you. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. You know, all praise, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh Alahaya Nawa Bahashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this is edifying, and until the next one, I say Shalom.